Hey everyone, welcome. It's Rob. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please type the number one in the chat box, let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Number one for yes, two for no. A lot of new people here today. Welcome all. Morning, Andres. Hey, afternoon, Kevin. All right. Hey, Alex. Morning, Helen. Well, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. As we get started, keep in mind everything we look at is for education. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. If you find something you like, make sure it fits your own personal risk profile and risk tolerance. There you go. Eric said, number one, I am new here. Excellent. Well, welcome, Eric. And for all of you that are brand spanking new coming along with us today. As we get started here, here's our agenda. We're going to go into our follow us page. We'll talk about today's trades, economic reports. We'll go through a market review, upcoming future trainings. We'll look at the weekly training topic, and then a review of your stocks. So without further ado, here we are, guys. So this is our followers page. For those of you that are brand new and those that have been around a while, make sure you are following along with the various platforms out there. You see we've got two platforms on TikTok and the likes, but go ahead and check out all of the various things that we do there. All right. So today's trades, what trades did you all do? Drop them in. Yeah, no camera today, Andrew. I just realized I went to go use it and nothing. It's not there. Why? Microsoft did an update over the weekend. Go figure. Every time they decide to add something to the software, the camera doesn't work. I got to restart it and play with the settings. So Don said I scalped $362 from SPY and QQQ this morning. Nice job. Really nice job, Don. Congrats. Trip said 42.9% rate of return on AMD this morning in 8 minutes on his scalp. Excellent. Alex said, had a rough couple of weeks with Pop catching the ones that went against us, but none of the winners. I'm so sorry. But I caught Adobe earlier today. Who knows what the end of the day will be, but I'm currently sitting on almost $1,300 in profit with 3 contracts, $3,720 in a trade. So about a third, about a 33-ish, 35, whatever the exact number is, percent rate of return. So that is fantastic, right? Patty said, excellent to all the traders. Yep, good job. Alex said, I thought I caught a zero line breakout on Microsoft last week, but it went against me and it was stopped out. I did catch the one on BLDR. Good. I've been killing it on bearish swing trades in the past couple of weeks. Until now, I have 5 currently going against me because the market decided to dig its heel and look upward for several days. At this point, I'm just hoping to get out ASAP, either with small profits or small costs. Fully understand your position there, Alex. Kevin said 35% on a Tesla short. Nice. Really nice, folks. I saw the Adobe setup today. I did not take it, right? If we look at Adobe, I did not take that trade as it pushed up into resistance and fell at 398, now sitting at 391. Was down a little bit further, about 387 or so. I did not get it. So I got nothing off today. And even when I went back and looked at last week, you know, this is power option plays from last week, right? So we were up $2,145 last week. And we've had some really, really, really good weeks, right? We had 40,000 the week before, 19,300 the week before that, 121, almost 122,000 there, 19,000, 31,000. This has been our, and I don't have some of these all done that far back, but this has been our absolute worst week. You know, we've got from the 10th to the 14th. Now, the 14th I don't have yet, so I'll do that update tonight in Pop. So I don't have anything from the 14th documented yet. But from everything else, 12, 13, we're looking at $2,145, which isn't horrible at all. At all. No. Jennifer, Andrew, help Jennifer out, please. Let her know that it is not me being muted. It's got to be something on her end. Overall, not too shabby. Sorry if you hear the dog barking in the background there. I don't know why. We did bring the dog home. For those of you that have heard me talking about it, we did bring her home. We are fostering to own. We've done a couple of sessions with a trainer already. Whether we keep her or not, she definitely could use some training along the way. So we did bring her home, and we've been working on that stuff with her, and My wife's inside, and I don't know what is going on with her while she's barking. She's usually very quiet. uh, Patty, she's excellent with my wife and I. She got a little crazy when she saw my daughter standing outside the other day. She lunged at her. So they came over this weekend with the trainer here, and everything was fine, you know. And by the end of the day, she was sucking face with them, just licking them all over. She was just crazed with both of the girls. So, but with us, she's very, very good, very protective with my wife. She definitely doesn't like anybody or anything near her when my wife's walking her. Any external forces, pets, people, stay away. Um, I can't wait to see what happens when she sees a UPS driver. I mean, she's very similar to our other one, my daughter's Pit, and she anything with a uniform she hates. Uh, but overall, she's doing good. Um, yeah, but thank you for asking. All right, so let's go ahead. Let me take this out of here for now. Let's go back over here. So good job, everybody, on your trades. Oh, happy St. Patty's Day. Luck of the Irish, right? Happy St. Patty's Day to everybody. Hey, Brenda. Glad you made it. Let's go take a look at economic reports. Let's bring that up. We're going to go over to Forex Factory. You're welcome to use any site that you want. I like Forex Factory. It's easy. All right, so let's open this up. Okay, so as I said last week, and I did this on the weekend on the Traders Market Intelligence Report this weekend, we've got a lot of big reports this week, right? So retail sales, core retail sales, all the same report, right? Came out 8:30 this morning. Empire State Manufacturing is okay. That was out at 8:30 as well. 2 o'clock, nothing tomorrow. 2 o'clock on Wednesday, market is open. That's the biggest concern you've got to have. So you've got the Fed fund rate, economic projections, and the FOMC statement. Okay? Are we going to see an increase this week? Somebody, Jim, or somebody, Trip, that's here, let me know what our percent chance of raise of going up in going down rather is. Not up. I don't expect we're going up. But last week we were 97% chance, I think it was, that there would be no increase. That was last week. This week things have changed a little bit. 99% no change, so a little bit less. I heard something over the weekend, Trip, that said we shifted. It was a radio program that we shifted to a 93% chance of a drop. So I don't know what's going on or where they got the data from, but 99% chance, no drop in the rate. But it's not the rate hike or drop we're looking at. Traders have already built that into price of the market. It's already in there. What you're listening for, and if you watch when Powell talks, especially at 2:30, when he has his press conference, that's the next one on our list. When he talks at 2:30 and says, "Hey, and as we go ahead and look forward here, we've become extremely dovish on the market." You've been what? Wait, what? What? Different than what we were before, right? Any shift in sentiment, we're more aggressive, we're more dovish. We see that we thought we were going to have 2 cuts this year. Now we think we're only going to need 1. We thought we were going to have 2 cuts this year. Now we think we're going to have 3 or 4. Any shift in sentiment by the Fed is going to cause a directional move. I mean, it's just no ifs, no ands, no buts. It's going to cause that. And that's what we look for. It's not the news. It's not when earnings get announced on a company, the earnings don't move the stock. It's the forward-moving statement, barring the earnings or assuming the earnings came out as expected. If there's a drastic difference, then you're going to see a move, right? But we know the earnings are coming out. It's what else? What have you done for me lately, right? And then on Thursday, we've got unemployment and Philly Fed both at 8:30. So by the way, that Fed, I said it, but I didn't circle it. 2:30 on Wednesday there. 8:30 reports are great and fine and good. They are big reports, no question. Okay. The difference is, excuse me, market's closed. So unless you're trading futures, it will have no impact on you. Existing home sales is at 10 o'clock on Thursday, and then we've got nothing on Friday. So we've got a couple of reports that have an opportunity, excuse me, that have an opportunity to move the market, whether it be up or down. Yes, it's all predicated on what's going on, what the announcement itself actually is. But economic reports, we've got a couple The biggest one on the docket is the Fed. And let me go back to it one more time. The Fed is on Wednesday, right? All of this Wednesday. Okay. Well, that series of announcements generally tends to bring lighter volume in the market before the announcements, right? Before the actual announcement itself, or even when Powell speaks. So if you are trying to trade on Wednesday, you need to expect two things. One, you could have lighter volume. Well, maybe more than two. Two, you could have more vol, so bigger spreads, more overpriced options. Okay. And number three, you can get a whipsaw when the announcements start coming out. All right, so we're not going to see any cut right now. That's the first thing. We're not changing the base rates. Not changing, right? Okay, good. Everything is steady, status quo. Let's go up. Right? Let's move the market up, and traders start throwing money at it. But we do see that we were anticipating 2 cuts this year. Now we're anticipating only 1. And you see the market come crashing down. Right, and then Powell comes out at 2:30 and he starts explaining it away, and the market goes back up again. No, the way it was said, it wasn't really like that, right? You could have whipsaws taking place there. So be very careful if you're trading on any Fed day on Wednesday before the announcement comes out. Okay, good. Let's go back here. Let's go take a look at the market and see what's going on. I'm going to make this a little smaller. Make this big box here. More screen time, baby. All right. I'm going to back it up. This last weekend, let me pull it out. I got try to keep the desk clean. I put my power option plays, my tracking sheet away. Last weekend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 stocks on Thursday's update for Friday. 7 stocks I redrew fibs. SPX, SPY were not stocks that needed, or positions that needed a redraw. Remember, one of the reasons we redraw the fibs is when it violates the 882, which is down here. We didn't do that. We didn't do that, right? So there's no reason to redraw, right? Is this larger? Possibly. We did get a second-day confirmation today. We'll check the distance today in POP. Excuse me, I look for that. Oof, tough day on my throat today. But right now on the S&P, we didn't have a need to redraw at this point. Okay, so with that being said, what's actually happening then? With the moves up and that 61.47.43 all-time high. Is that a line drawn in there? Yeah, let's get rid of that. Okay. Right, as the all-time high, and we came down to the 764 and bounced. It gave us what would be considered a potential Fibonacci 4-step setup. We moved right back to the 618. Great day on Friday. And today, another bullish day. And 2 times today from traders that I know that are asking, is it time? Is it time for what? Is it time to go long? Why? Well, I mean, look at Friday, and today we got up above the next fib line. So is it time for us to go long? You can't just look at, did we get above the most recent resistance? Yes, we absolutely did. We got above the most recent resistance. Yes, no question. Okay. But where did it go to? We pushed right into the 8 moving average with a very small candle body, broke above the 8 with the wick, which is really good that we got above the 8 with the wick, but we don't have anything here that says, ooh, take me. I'm ready to rock and roll right now. Let's go and go long. There's nothing there. And I mean, there's nothing there that's saying that. But Rob, look at this whole bearish move. You even said this in the Traders Market Intelligence report on Friday when you did the update. We only had a 1 bullish day and then more black. Bullish day, black. Bullish day, a lot of black. Bullish day, and now we got 2. First off, we're not closed, right? That's number 1. Number 2, though, assume we do close here, and it will be the very first time we had 2 higher closes in a row, right? And when I say since, since what? Since we've had the all-time high, since that downturn. Right? It'd be the very first time that this has taken place, transpired, whatever. Okay? So there's nothing right now that says, ooh, I'm ready for an early breakout. This is where you should take it. And I am not stating that we're not going back up. I am a probabilities trader. I want to do everything to put the odds in my favor. All right, I'll give you an example. I was probably 12 years old. My grandmother used to work at, volunteer at the carnivals for the Catholic churches. She did two or three of them, two or three carnivals. And she got really good at the over and under game. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's a dice game. It's actual money being bet. It's not a prize. You win cash. So if it was over 7, under 7, or whatever the numbers were, or did you get the 7? Something like that. Right? And she got really, really, really good at it. And what I mean by that is, to get the exact number was tough. But if you had 3 in a row that were under, there's a higher probability the next one's going to be an over. And she would pass me money and say, "Go ahead, bet on over." Right? And I got good at watching that and as a probability to say, okay, this is going to move in my direction. And it was a 1-to-1 payout on there, right? Which was, of course, a house game, but it was a 1-to-1 payout. If you bet $1, you won $1, right? So I would win probably 3 or 4 times and lose once, right? So it was a good, come ahead game. Grandma was telling me what to do, and I walked away with $3, $4, $5, and went and fed a family of 4 for 18 days back then when I was 12, 14 years old, right? Eating McDonald's or something. But that probability is no different here. What's the probability we're going to explode? Okay, so Rob, what you're saying is, but if we can get above the pink line, see, we did it early today. If we can get above the pink line, then we're okay. We can go bullish. Well, you could, but I am not in a bullish territory right now. Well, let me ask. Tell me the bias that you see we're in. If you're newer here and you don't understand this yet, don't worry. I'll explain it in a moment. But what bias are we in right now? And this is an easy one. It's a very easy one. Right. For the most part, everybody's got it. Tripp took it a step further and said it was a true bearish bias. And then Alex went through a rank in there. Okay. So now and I say if we do this tonight and say this is a hollow candle, right? This is a hollow candle here, and there could be wicks on. I don't care about that. But we close here. What is our new bias? We close above this 56.94 level, 56.96, right? Andreas, good. Patty, good. Right, Alex. Yep, you're right. Depending on where the moving averages are. So it would be a bearish neutral bias. All right, let's keep playing this a little bit. All right, I'm going to draw. I can't do that. Yeah, you know what? I'll do it this way. Okay. So I'm going to draw these out just so we can see where they are, right? Because I'm going to keep doing this. So now we get another move and we close here. What is our bias now? So I just extended out our 8, 21, and 55s, right? They're blue, but I just extended them out just so you've got a point of reference. Right, so you got it. Neutral. Okay, so now we fail tomorrow, the next day, and we do this. What bias are we in? Ooh, good. And of all the biases, of the way it works, see, less grasshoppers replying here. Remember, bearish candle. So we close below the 21, right? And when I said let's grasshoppers replying here, what I'm referring to that is it is the trickiest one to catch. When you go from bearish down here, that's a D, believe it or not. And then here we go to DN, bearish neutral. And then here we go to neutral. Once you hit neutral, and maybe this sentence I need to refine for everybody to get a better, have a better grasp of. Once you hit neutral, your next bias, nope, not the way to say it. Once you hit neutral, unless you go all the way above the highest line, moving average, or all the way below the lowest moving average, unless you do that, your only choice between the top and bottom moving average, no matter where else it lands, is neutral. You cannot have a different bias there. So in other words, you can't go from bearish to bearish neutral to neutral, and then this becomes bearish neutral. It doesn't. This candle still remains neutral. You have to go from neutral to bullish or neutral to bearish. Everything else in between is neutral, right? If as a trader you can master just this one component of the trade, this could elevate your trading more than most anything else that you do, especially as a newer trader. This is the video game that you've been playing and you found the hidden door, after 6 weeks of playing this game on the same level. You found the hidden door. This is the hidden door. This right here is the boom, the explosion. All right, so, okay. So let me ask, I just want to make sure there's a couple of messages in there. Let me ask, was this helpful to walk through? And I know some of you got it. Some of you that have been around a long time and you've watched me do this before, you've got it, right? It makes perfect sense to you. There are others that, may take a little bit longer to get, and that's okay. That's okay, right? Actually, do this. Well, I guess it wasn't very helpful. I was going to share a resource with you, but if it's not that helpful, I'm not going to bother. So if it was helpful to you, you can let me know. If it wasn't helpful to you, don't bother, and that's okay. But I was going to go and look for a resource to share, but it seems like no one wants it. Not no one wants it. That's not fair, Rob. Some of you jumped right in with it. Okay, that's better. That's better. Okay. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me find it. I wasn't planning on this today. Here we go. Let's see. Is it here? Sí. Sí, señor. Okay. So this comes, I gotta go through there's a couple of slides in this presentation, just what I gotta deal with, right? Hello, what's happening here? Okay, there we go. So this comes from Power Option Plays. Get your screen capture software, folks, out. This is a bullish bias page, meaning if you look to the far left, you can see when we're up above our moving averages here, above all the moving averages, above the 8, we're in bullish. We drop down below, we're in bullish neutral. We get back above, it's all bullish, right? We came down below, we're neutral now, right? Until we get down here, we change to bearish. Everything else in between all of these would remain as neutral, right? So that's bias 1 of 2. And here's number 2, okay? So we're bearish down here, right, on all these candles, bearish bias. We close up on this candle, we're at a bearish neutral. Now we come back down here, we're bearish again. That's okay, right? We're bearish neutral. Here, DN, D for bearish, N for neutral. Once we get to neutral, this candle right here, we're still neutral. This candle reset, we're bearish. This candle reset, we're neutral. This candle reset, we're bearish. This candle reset, we're neutral. We're bearish, right? That's fine. We're back to neutral. Now, our moving average is flattened off, so there's really no in between. If we go up or down just a little bit, things could change, right? But on this candle, we go back to bearish at that point. And then here we go all the way up to bullish. We make that shift progressively, and I'm going to clear it off so you can get a clean picture of it. I would take these two screens, print them out, hang them on your wall somewhere right, around your computer monitors that you can look at it anytime you've got a question of bias. It will help you to see. But remember, once you become neutral, it doesn't matter when you drop down or above another line. You've got to get above the highest moving average to be bullish or above the lowest moving average to be bearish. And when I say highest and lowest, that's predicated on the three moving averages that I use, which is how my entire system is built. Right? Those three, 8, 21, 55, all exponential. Yes. Good question, Paula. This definitely can be used intraday, without a doubt. So really good question. Someone had asked me before, and I'm just remembering it. I was trying to get to it and to show the full chart. I believe you wanted to see the entire fib on the S&P. If that was not the case, then put that question back in again. You can just copy and paste it and drop it back in. But there's the entire fib. It starts on 9/6 and ends on 10/17. Now, just FYI, I'll give you the heads up. If I look at these two numbers right here, that is roughly $470. That's 642. We're ready after today to redraw. That will be the redraw, but I will be doing it in pop. Right? I do power option plays. We make all our changes to our markets and our candidates. You're welcome, Paula. So just an FYI, I'm going to actually leave that on there right now for that exact purpose. Is that now? Where are we going? See, the candle has gotten smaller. The body of today's candle has gotten much smaller. Right? If we go back and look at a 5-minute chart of today, right? We started at 12 o'clock. Right? So, 12 o'clock. So we're actually a little bit down from where we were. We spiked up a little bit, but, in a 5-minute candle, we're getting lower highs across the board here. And that may be an equal high. But not breaking it, that's for sure. Okay? So when I look, go back to the daily. When I look at the daily chart, folks, where do I see us going to next? If we do fail, that 55.84 is next. If we do break, the 8's going to be some hesitation no matter what. You can see what it's done. But what did we do today? And this is the key you've got to ask yourself. Pretend the market is closed right now. You come home from work or whatever you did during the day, and you look at the chart, and you see this candle today. How would you analyze this? What's going through your head? What do you see or profess to the universe that you think is happening or is going to happen tomorrow, let's say? Okay. And to me, we gapped. Well, we kind of opened up flat. We opened up flat, stretched down a little bit, and then we ran. Okay. And we ran up into the 8 moving average. And what did we do? We pierced through the 8 a little bit. So we chipped away at the ice. We chipped away at the ice. So we're opening up a pathway saying, hey, bulls, if you want, we already started it for you. You can go ahead and rock on this right now if you want. No problem. Go for it if that's what you're looking to do. You've got to watch that 8 moving average. We're looking for the break above there. Now, let me bring this in. I'm not going to be able to really get it much. No matter what I do, it's not going to help. But unless I do this. Let me stretch it this way, just so it's a little bigger and easier to see. If tomorrow, let's say we close where we are, if tomorrow we move up and our candle is, let's say, above the 8 moving average tomorrow. Oh, man, that's great. What does that mean now? I've got an opportunity to take the trade to that next level. And you're right. We have the opportunity that it could go up. The question is the position already overcommitted? Is it overcommitted at that point where we're kind of in the middle of these two fib lines? So we've already moved 50% of the standard deviation. The distance of any two fib lines, one standard deviation. We've already moved, which is about 61, 62% of all data points fall within a one-line move on the fib. Two-line move on the fib is 96, 97%. Almost all the lines have been hit in two standard deviation moves. Okay? So I don't have a whole lot of wiggle room left in there. If we opened, and I'll draw it again because it's just a little too much on the screen, but if we open tomorrow and move up, we get above the 8, and we're kind of in the middle of those two fib lines. It's funny, my camera's not on, you can't see it, but I do it automatically. If you notice that my voice might have gotten a little distance, I slid back in my seat. I'm actually leaning backwards. I put my hands behind my head just instinctively. I don't even think about it. I just do it because that is position number 1 in the chair, which is wait. We're doing nothing at this point. We are waiting. We're in wait mode at this point, right? Could you find an intraday trade? What about bouncing off the 8? Maybe. Not really my my cup of tea. Not really what I get excited about is a bounce off of the 8 for an entry. 8s are targets, 8s are confluence, but they are not a place that I take as a catalyst from that area first. And who had said it now? Patty said the ceiling is holding today, referencing this fib line, and you're absolutely right, Patty. We're right there. No, but Rob, we broke through. Yes, we did, but that doesn't mean we're going up. How much of that was some bulls, a Merrill Lynch firm, or somebody like that, some big floor trader that said, let me throw some money at SPX and back away and see what happens. See if we can incite a riot, a rally. Throw some money out there and go, oh, okay, now watch. And nothing is happening. We stretched up, we broke a little bit higher, we came back down, and traders are going, I just don't see it yet. Maybe, but it's not there yet. Okay, you've got to be able to read what's happening on the chart religiously. This is a consistent thing you're going to deal with every single day. Every day. Let's see. Brenda said it looks like it could also be it could also complete the H pattern too. So let's unscrunch this first. Well, possibly, and Brenda, again, it just depends where we draw from. So if I just pull this back a little bit just for kicks and giggles to see what we're looking at here, it's pulled up enough to get us to the 236, which is what I was waiting for, right? It's done that. We're at a bearish bias rank of 1. We're right there at that fib line, right? I am in position of 1 in the chair, sitting back. If we break above the 56, 55 retest and bounce, yeah, what happens? Well, if we break above, I move into position number 2. So if tomorrow we get a candle in the morning that starts to look like this, right? I'm sitting straight up in the chair. If we then can get a pullback towards, doesn't have to hit it, but towards the fib line, the support, just that pullback puts me in a heightened state of awareness, and I am in position number 3 in the chair, leaned forward, sitting on the edge of the chair, hands on keyboard, go. Right? This is where the rubber meets the road. Now, could this be an H? You may have an H-looking thing in here, but I would never consider that to be an actual H if it doesn't get up to at least a 50. Too many head fakes. You know, I wish I could remember the gentleman's name in New York. I just can't for the life of me remember it. It's been too many years now. Came to an event, and I had seen him many times. He and his cousin came to an event, and he said, Rob, have you been trading H patterns off of the 382? If you don't understand that, don't worry. Stick with us a couple of weeks here. You'll get a lot of this lingo will make sense. Off of the 382 fib line. No, they've never worked before. He goes, what they do now? Really? We pulled up a couple of examples, and lo and behold, it's working great. I said, that's awesome. Keep testing it, and let me know when you come back. He came every 3 months to my event in New York because that's when I taught in New York, every 3 months. He didn't come to the next one. His cousin did. He was working. At least they won. And I asked, how's it working? You know, what happened? He goes, you know, right after we told you about it, they kind of fell apart after that. You were right. It never truly came to fruition. It never really worked. And the 382 is not the place for it. ideally we want to see this fib line move or pull back to the 50 or to the 618 and a 2-line rollover. Okay. Alex said on the old fib, let's take this off of here for a second. Let me get rid of this fib. And let's put this back where it belongs for now. Okay. The SPX hesitated, meandering, and is now possibly bouncing at the 0.618. Are you referencing, Alex, right here when it came down to it here from Friday's close? I mean, Friday's low or open? And yes, Alex said, which I've mentioned, that is the most important fib line without a doubt. It certainly is. The absolute unequivocal most important fib line, period. Okay. All right. So where do I see us going next? 56.97 to the upside, 55.84 to the downside. Yeah, after 3 weeks of plummeting, it hovered around that 618. You're right, Alex. And that's a very good observation, astute, because it doesn't have to get right to it. It's in the area. It's in the vicinity. It's not about perfection. Perfection is the enemy of good, right? I need to be in the area. Breaks a little bit, gets close to it, but never quite hits it. That's close enough. Support and resistance is never hit exactly over and 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 over again. Ever, right? Ever. All right, good. Good. Let's go back into presentation mode. Oh, okay. So upcoming trainings, guys. We got Inner Circle check-in tonight. We just had our 2-hour training last week, which I thought was outstanding. I introduced to our Inner Circle a brand new, never before seen trade setup. I can tell you right now, I'll give you some details of it. And when I say details, statistics. The way this setup works basically is this. If you looked at 100 charts, you'll see it on about 40 of them. What I mean by that is there are 40 charts that have potential setups on there. For the ones that trigger and work, and you're able to take this trade, if you get the perfection setting, the right setting, you're getting about 70, it was mid 70, I don't remember. Let's just call it 70 percentile of winners from it. Right? It's just killer setup. So if you're in Inner Circle and didn't get a chance to come with, I think it was Thursday night we did it. You weren't there Thursday. Make sure to go back and watch that. Right? It's absolutely outstanding. Trading news coming up on the 17th, which is tonight. That's 8 p.m. Mastermind is tomorrow night. We're going to pick up on a continuation on Mastermind tomorrow of our our directional trading. Critical time to be doing it is right now. So we're going to get into which is our core training for it, but I'm doing it differently than I've ever done it before in Mastermind or even in Inner Circle, is where I'm breaking it down into very small, minute components, just little pieces, short videos, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is, just focus on one singular topic only. Monster Market Movers is the 19th. Guys, Monster Market Movers, if you're looking for candidates, that's what Monster Market Movers is all about. Actually, Andrew, he's already ahead of me. Dropped one link in there. Here's the thing. Monster Market Movers, your very first one is $49. And I make this promise all the time. If you say, Rob, I'll give it a shot. And if you don't like it, I'll give you your 49 bucks back. If you say that I did not get my $49 worth of value out of it, you can have your $49 back. No questions asked. None. Right? None. It is a great training where we go over and lay out 5 or 6 different Fibonacci trade setups, channeling patterns, positions that are approaching 100-point levels, various trade setups that are actionable items that you could start looking to trade now. Right, Power Hour and Trading Coaches Playbook are on regular schedule, as is Pop, Covered Call, and E-mini. And then we have Futures Trading Simplified. We've got it coming up 4 dates for it. One at noon and one at 8 p.m. Eastern. So go ahead and check those out. Take advantage of them. All right. And there's Brandon with his really cool jacket for his futures trading. All right. So weekly training topic. Right? Weekly training topic. So every week we pick a topic of what we're going to train on. And I want to talk about that now. Right? And some of you may have seen it in the emails we sent out. But the luck of the Irish, right? And I'm only using it or calling it the luck of the Irish because of today being St. Paddy's Day. But are there going to be days that you have luck in your trade? Yes, there's no doubt, right? And the question is it better to be lucky than good? Listen, I'll take the luck. I will never say, you know what? Let me just call a market maker firm back and give that money back because I didn't deserve it. I got lucky. No, thank you. All right? Because that market maker will keep every dang penny of mine he can, regardless of whether you got lucky or not. But when we look at the market itself and we look at trading, let me go bring up a chart. All right. So if we go to, let's see. So AMD, we had a pop today. Amazon, there's a gap down. Just trying to find, as I said, I didn't have a good setup today. Keep going. These are our pop stocks. And again, I don't ever hide this. These are the 20 stocks that I trade day in and day out. Very ugly. Oops. It's about time my Tesla took a little bit of a bounce, huh? Oh, that was United. Sorry, that was Tesla. Nope, Tesla's just failing. Okay. UNH, we got some resistance in there. And XYZ. So we're going to use UNH, although it's not my favorite setup, and I'll show you why. Because once we got above the 8 and 21, and we broke above this green line that's right here, which is the 382. This is part of an ABC pattern. Right? This is part of an ABC. Actually, it's not part of an ABC. We're going to take that off. This was something that was from part of what I taught the other evening in Inner Circle. I'd forgotten to take that set of lines off of there. So that ABC was not important. So we move up and we get above the 493.17. So now if I go look at a 5-minute chart today, and here's 493.17, right? If I go look at a 5-minute chart and say, all right, was this the right trade to take? Well, if that's 493.20, let's call it, right? And our open here was 493.48, so we'll call it 50, right? We open there and we stretch back. So if this was 17 cents and the opening price here was 48 cents. So 17, and today's open was 48.48. That's just the change, right? In there, okay? So what are we talking about? 17, 27, 37, 24 cents? So we opened flat on this second candle at about 24 cents from support, and we had a stretch back and a bounce. From that one candle, was this a good setup? And the answer is no, not from the 5-minute candle. If you waited, we moved up, we pulled back, stretched down more, and bounced, that would have been a better setup. Why? Because you got a little bit of lift off of the support level up to here before taking the entry. Now, could you have done a small amount of contracts? Yes. Or could you have just said, you know what? I took the trade off of the same candle, right? Off of that candle, that's where I took it, right off of there. And what happened? You got lucky. The trade worked, right? You need to have, to me, an ideal system has some functionality of if that's a support level, we got up above a support, we pulled back and we bounced. Doesn't mean we had to hit it exact, we took a bounce. Once we took the bounce, that becomes our entry. Our stop is somewhere down below support, and it doesn't matter the trade setup. Whether I'm doing a switchback trade, an H pattern, a Fibonacci 4-step, a zero-line breakout trade, an inverted zero-line breakout trade, sorry. Doesn't matter what trade it is. A fib channel, a regular channel, a directional day trade. Pop. I need it to move up, pull back, bounce. It doesn't have to come right down to it. It's got to be within an acceptable amount. You don't want to be $8 away. It's too far. Within an acceptable amount. I don't want you to look at your trading as I got lucky, so that's a good thing, right? And here's what I mean. If you look at your trade and say, okay, I'm going to, well, let's do it now. I don't remember all of the numbers for mine any longer, but let's see. Trade grading, right? One entered as per all rules. So everything worked out perfect. Except for my spelling. Everything on this trade was ideal, right? If we put a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. 5 broke all of the rules. All right? Broke all of the rules. 2 could be something such as no took trade on breakout. So you had enough reason to believe the trade was going to continue, even though you did not get a retest. You took the trade on a breakout, right? Which, yeah, you took a breakout in it. Okay. Yeah, you took the breakout trade in there. And you grade each level of this down as based on your entries and your rules, right? So this would be me if I need to pull back in there. All right. Broke out. Didn't pull back enough. Right? So I'm going to give it a 3. Right? 4, whatever 4 is, right? Whatever 4 is, okay? And then 5, you broke all of the rules, right? But now when you look at this and say, well, wait a second. I took a trade, it was a number 5, but I won. I was right in that trade. So I've got a winning trade here, even though I've got a bad number. The 1 is the best, the 5 is the worst. I've got a winning trade there, right? You got lucky. You got lucky. And you need to accept that, right? Did I follow all of my, so entered all of the rules. This could be, I followed most of the rules. I missed half of the rules. Only one of my rules on number 4 were met. Number 5, I didn't follow any of the rules. I just took the trade anyway, right? Because when you go back and you document your trades, which you all should be, and then you go back at the end of the week, ideally on the weekend, document them as you go through, right, as you trade them, come back on the weekend and review them, and you looked at, you had 10 trades, and one of those trades had a 1, one of those trades had a 3, and the other 8 had 5s. All right, then you are not following a set of rules. Right? It's a whole different process we're looking at. I'm actually looking at a way of building something out where you'll be able to work with someone one-on-one to set up and structure your trading plan, your rules, your charts, all of it to help you as a little bit of an accountability partner out there, right? So Alex said, I love being lucky, but it's not at all plan A. Otherwise, I just go to Vegas, play the lottery. I miss lots of trades waiting for the retest plus the bounce or fail. I'd rather miss out on the good trade than be stuck in bad ones. Exactly. We don't want to be with the ones we don't want to be, right? Be very careful who you choose to marry, right? Yeah, yeah. Well, I can just get divorced. Yeah, but it's expensive. Same with a bad stock or a bad options trade. It could be expensive. So you pick the right person the first time, right? Ideally, you pick the right setup the first time. Well, Rob, what if the trade worked? What if I met all the rules and it went against me? Then you got a 1 on that trade. No, but I lost. It doesn't matter. This is not about a win-lose ratio. This is about how do I identify, am I making the right setup, the right trades? Or am I following my system's rules? If you're not, then Houston, we have a problem. And we need to gear you, guide you back into that rule following, right? Wholeheartedly. I love when I have someone that works with me and they just do what I tell them because they know that it's coming from a place of experience. They know that questioning me on it is, and I don't mean explain that I don't understand. Well, why don't instead of, well, I said we should do this, and you say, well, I'd rather do it this way. I understand that, but you should do it this way, right? There's a reason I'm saying it, right? And there's a reason that so many traders have missed opportunities because they won't do some of the very basics. I'll give you an example. And anybody that wants this should go over to our website. You do not even have to be logged in. Go to Trading Resources. We do not have that locked, so you get access to every. It's not behind the members area. And you come down to the time allocation worksheet. That worksheet right there, folks, is killer. What I mean by that is that worksheet helps you to understand the time you have available for trading and for education. Is it an easy fix or easy to fill out? Depends how much effort you want to put into it. Have I seen someone do it in front of me and say, "There you go, I work 9 to 5 all of these days, and that's that." And then, well, okay, so you have no time then? No, I work. Did you get a lunch? Yeah, I get a lunch, but I got to eat. Well, can you eat at your desk, at your car? Yeah, I can eat my car. Okay, then you have a half an hour. Actually, I get an hour. Oh, so you got a lot of time. Can use half of that to trade with, and can use half of that for education, right? And then there's others. Amos, I'll give us an example. One of our students who took this worksheet, spent 2 weeks with his family. Yes, his family. He owns a construction company. He owns a farm. They also manufacture products they sell off of the farm, whether it be jerkies or whatever, right? He's a busy guy, he and his family. And he went ahead and took this allocation worksheet and spent 2 weeks filling it out. Because when he was said and done, he had every single detail down on what he was looking for. It was right there. Yep, there you go. I appreciate that. Andrew dropped in that link to the resource section, folks. So everything that's here is there, right? So go for it. Go dig into any one of these that you choose. All right. Okay. We are in our last section for the day. What candidates do you want to look at? Give me the stocks that you want me to take a look at. What is this section for? Don't tell me, Rob, I'm getting ready to buy Apple. Is it a good buy today? I can't answer that question, right? I'm looking at Apple stock as a bullish entry. What do you think? I'm looking at, and the more detail you give me, the better, without saying I'm looking to buy it. And the first two candidates in are the same exact candidate. Both Qs for Andres and Paula. All right, so let's go see. But if you give me the details behind it, I can do the analysis a little bit better for you. Okay, so let's go look at Qs. Let's go back to a daily chart first. So we have completely flipping violated the fib line. I mean, this is a massive bearish thrusting pattern in here. We got a little bit of a bounce now. I'm going to back this up. Let's go redraw the fibs. All right. So that 3 days ago, this was on 313. That is when that low was put in, that swing low that's down there. And that's exactly what we're looking for. This candle right here had a low. Right? We had a lower low and then a higher low. This one moved up right near that 236. So we've got enough retracement, enough bounce into the fib line. So life is good, right? This one works for us. Let's go over to template number 1. All right, so we're at $11, so 22 and a half, 66, 76, 86. Yeah, we don't need a fib in there. We're good to go. All right, so and if you're wondering what I just said, we don't need a fib in there. If you want more info, all free, of course, on what I do for Fibonacci, go over to my sister site, tradinglikeaboss.com. It is my website. It's one of my websites. It's where we put all of our free resources up there. So whatever's here is all free for you, right? And Fibonacci, today's power indicator, right? Download that. You'll get an email that says, hey, we've got 3 days in a row. You get an email that says the next part is done. There's 3 parts, letting you know what what we do with fibs. Okay, and it's all free. Okay. And Andrew dropped the link for that in as well. So I like the Qs. I like it to the downside. I'd love to see a rollover back to the 466 level. Would make me very excited. Make me very, very excited if we could do that, right? And now if we break out, retest the 484 level and bounce, we're looking at 495. I'm good with that. Yes, so the 236, who had said it there? Andreas had said, so I see a hesitation at the 236 today. Yes, we did. We stretched up. We did pierce away or chip away at the ice, but we had a second obstacle, not just the 8. We got the 236 itself. So there's a little bit in there as well. Alex said, oh, Monster Market Movers is amazing. This is my 3rd month. I am hooked. I'm looking forward to this month's candidates. So many stocks that need updated fibs. It's a huge move down, waiting for new V bottoms and swing lows. Yeah, Alex, it was just a tremendous amount of work to fix or go through every one of those candidates and make the changes to them. Because you're right, some of them have completely been wiped out where they're no good any longer. Some channeling patterns are now fib patterns are now channel patterns. But I like Qs, guys. So Andreas and Paula, I like the Qs a lot. I prefer the downside. The upside, I need 1 extra day to do that unless we close above the 484 today. So I hope that helps. Patty's asking for Apple. Zapple. So this is one that has newer fibs on it, Patty. All right. So I drew the fibs on this from 1226 down to the low of 113. All right. So I didn't go through Fibitzo on anything. So let's see. We got 11 to 18 is 7. You know, I should just change this out to all symbols. Okay. So Apple has a Fibit of just under 14. So 11 to 18, we got $8 in there. So we don't need a $7 in there. We don't need a Fibit in there. Right. But we are getting to a point that we're getting ready to, we've already broke the negative 618. If we continue this push down, guys, we're going to need to look for a new V bottom as an opportunity to draw off of this high right here. All right. So, so keep that in mind, Patty. On the upside, 218. On the downside, 211 is our first one, but we're sitting right there now. We're going to need an 809 in here, I'm guessing. 99. Yeah, we got 20 points there. Oh, yeah, we definitely do. So let's go ahead a negative 809. Okay. So first downside target 211, second downside target 205. All right. You're quite welcome, Patty. Good. I'm glad it was helpful. Jennifer is asking for Meta. Oh, I know what happened. We did this the other night in class. I pulled it back. Yeah, there we go. I pulled it back. So Meta, we had to redraw the fibs. We're looking at 623 down to 586, 587, 87, 97, 07, 17, 36, 36 points. Oh, we don't need a fib there. We've got 50. And we've got 45 here to 85 would be 40 points. So we've got 50. So we don't need fibs on either one. So downside, we're looking at 587. On the upside, we're looking at 613. See, this is the obstacle course. 613, 623. We got a lot of resistance happening here. So I'd be a little bit careful on Meta right now, Jennifer. ZS. go unscrunch that. Let's see, ZS. Oh, not bad. It's a great switchback. Move up, retest the 199 and bounce. 209 is resistance. Fail, retest the 199 is route. 187 is resistance. I like it. It's good. Yeah, it's an obstacle course everywhere, Jennifer. Exactly. Vic is asking for SLV. All right, so not one that I normally trade, which is silver. I do buy silver, but I got nothing as far as fibs. So Vic, I'd like to see the pull back to that 30 and a quarter and bounce and make it up to 31 and a quarter. 31.37 is resistance. Not that there's anything wrong with lower price stocks. They just don't work for me because fibs are not something that usually work well. My distance of movement is very small. I mean, on this position right now, SLV moves 55, 56 cents a day. So it's a little tough on the wallet to try to get any decent profit out of that, with that kind of move. So, all right, everybody. Sorry I couldn't get to the last of them. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much. Listen, I'm going to leave the room open a few minutes. There's a whole bunch of links that Andrew dropped in there. So go ahead and get signed up for Brandon's training. Pick up the free resources on the website. What I'm most excited about, I'm hearing a lot of good feedback from people, is the free resource on the website that gives you AI materials, right? This right here says level up your trading with AI, free AI prompts, trading prompts, right? Ones that I've created and used myself. I did create the prompts. I did not go through and do all the work to build this beautiful document out. Sean put all of that together. It's just outstanding. But download what's in there, folks. I tell you the best platform to use and so forth. So take advantage of it. All right. With that, everybody, have a great rest of your week. Vic says, thanks for looking. Lots of chop, not getting a feel for it. I agree. I agree with that, Vic. So have a great rest of your day and week, folks. And I will see you all at our next update. All right. Bye for now.